You think you know what loss is, don't you? Everyone does. They toss the word around like it's a scratch on the surface, like it heals if you just wait long enough. They treat it like a phase, temporary, forgettable, a sad little story you tell at parties to show you've lived. But that's the lie. That's the joke. Loss isn't a moment. It's not a single event you cry over and box away. It's a parasite. It sinks its teeth in slowly, quietly, and by the time you notice, you're already hollowed out. It doesn't knock on your door. It walks in, uninvited, drags muddy footprints across your mind, and paints every memory in grayscale. It doesn't shout. It whispers all the time. In your silence, in your sleep, in the middle of your smile. People say, move on, let it go. Oh, they mean well. But how do you move on when it rewrites who you are? How do you let go of something that lives inside you? See, loss doesn't just take from you, it replaces you. What's left isn't you anymore. It's a version of you that never laughs the same, never trusts the same, never loves the same. And the best part? No one sees it. They think you're still you, still functioning, still breathing. But inside, you're just trying to remember what it felt like before. Before everything broke, before the mask became permanent. And that's when it begins. The lesson, not the kind they write about in books, not the kind your therapist smiles about with a clipboard in hand. No, this lesson is carved in silence, in sleepless nights, in the slow, sick realization that you were never prepared. They say, learn from your mistakes, grow stronger from your pain, as if pain is a personal trainer, as if suffering is some noble staircase to enlightenment. Cute idea, isn't it? But here's the punchline. The real lesson? It's not about coming out stronger. It's about discovering that you were never as strong as you pretended to be. You were just playing house in a world made of glass. And loss? Loss is the brick that finally teaches you what fragile means. Loss doesn't care about your timing. It doesn't knock politely. It doesn't ask if you're ready. It just walks in grinning and flips the table of your perfectly stacked little life. Your plans? Shattered. Your dreams? Ash. That version of you who thought everything was under control? Buried. See, loss doesn't play by the rules, because there are no rules. It rips away the layers you built to feel safe, the stories you told yourself to sleep at night. And what's left isn't resilience. It's reality, truth. Not the kind you see in quotes or hear from gurus, but raw truth, the kind that claws at your throat when the world goes quiet, the kind that doesn't blink when you beg for one more chance. Truth isn't soft. It doesn't comfort. It doesn't care if you're ready. Truth shows up with blood on its hands and no apologies in its mouth. And loss is its messenger, its surgeon, its sculptor, peeling back who you thought you were until all that's left is who you really are. And maybe, just maybe, that's where the real story begins. The funny thing is, it doesn't ask for your permission. It doesn't politely knock. It doesn't wait for you to brace yourself, to get your affairs in order, to say your goodbyes or whisper a final prayer. No, loss is rude like that. It just happens, like a shadow swallowing the sun. And when it does, everything slows down. But you don't. You panic, you claw, you bargain, but none of it matters. Because this isn't some test with multiple choice answers. This is reality tearing itself open and inviting you to see what lies beneath the surface. And that's when you start to learn what's real, what actually matters. Not your status, not your titles, not the hollow applause of strangers, but the bones of you, the core, what you're made of when there's nothing left, but your raw, unfiltered self, and a silence that doesn't care how loud you scream. But here's the cruelest part. You don't learn all at once. Oh no, that would be mercy. And mercy isn't on the curriculum. No, the lesson doesn't come like lightning. It lingers. It circles you like a predator. It whispers through the cracks in your armor until you're too tired to pretend you're whole. It waits for you to stop resisting. And when you finally look back, really look back, you see it. Everything you were clutching so tightly was never really yours. Not the people, not the plans, not even the person you thought you were becoming. It was all borrowed. And loss came to collect. See, loss is the quickest teacher because it wastes no time showing you what's gone. But it's also the hardest because it makes you live with what's left. No comfort, no kindness, just one lesson burned into your bones. You are nothing, not in the way that breaks you, in the way that reveals you. Because when everything is stripped away, when the world stops pretending you matter, you finally meet the truth. The you beneath the mask. The you that isn't propped up by validation, or fantasy, or fear. And that is when the real lesson begins. Not how to win, not how to heal, but how to exist when there's nothing left to prove and no one left to impress. Just you and the mirror and the silence.